Yeah, and what was like I guess, a typical church service like? What was like the
Um,
uniqueness there?
it was very boring. No. Okay, so growing up, there would be 3, they call them meetings a night or a week. So you'd have like 2 midweek meetings in the evenings and then a weekend, like Sunday service kind of thing. Um, they every single one of them is based off of like, I'm learning this more as I've been out. Like most churches just dive into the Bible, maybe a few scriptures, and they talk about Jesus. Jehovah's Witnesses have books and brochures and all these things created by Watchtower Bible and Tract Society that is just more indoctrination of like their teachings that you go through at these. So, like when I was little, it'd be like a Tuesday night meeting was like an hour long, what they called book study, and it was out of one of their books that they have published. And you would literally just like read a paragraph and ask a question, and the question's in the paragraph. And it was literally like based on of this religion only. Again, looking back now, there's very few scriptures discussed. It's always like, here is how Jehovah's Witnesses feel about this certain subject. Here's why we think you have to feel that way too. Here's a scripture that kind of backs that. But they don't quote it, they don't read it. It's just like in parentheses at the bottom of the paragraph. So most meetings were that way. Um, Thursday nights were, again, another sort of like kind of Bible study where you went into one of their books and you would discuss like a few paragraphs in it. You would also have, they call them, I'm like thinking this is, this is long winded. There's some, like what they called parts. So, you'd have a man, a brother that would go on stage and read a passage from the Bible. And then you'd have women that could actually, this is the only time women could ever be on stage, is they would like 2 women would go up, they call them householders, and they would sit and talk to each other like they were out in service, and it was basically training you how to be better at the door. And but it's kind of comical because it was always like your the person that was your householder was always a Jehovah's Witness, so they'd be like, "Yes, of course, I would love to hear more about your message." And it's like, that's not training us anything because nobody actually acts like that. And then Sunday would be, like a 45-minute talk, again, just from a man either in your congregation or from a surrounding hall or congregation. Again, these were all outlines. So the governing body of the Watchtower Bible Tract Society gives like, I don't even know how many outlines there are, but basically a sheet of here's your talking points, here's your scriptures, and that's it. And you base your talk off of that. These men aren't even like diving into the Bible themselves. They have everything written out for them and they just pretty much read from it. And then you followed that with the Watchtower study. And um it was again just a publication. The magazines that you'd place at the door, there's like a public edition that they would like study at those meetings. And again, it's just more of their teachings being drilled in your brain every meeting. It's crazy.
Yeah, did you have, like, a lot of friends, or did you feel like you had close relationships? There were people around you outside your immediate family that you could actually trust that were maybe peers?
No, not really. So that's one thing that is kind of unique about this organization is you kind of can't trust anyone because everyone's a tattletale. Like when you're growing up, if you do anything wrong, anybody that's a peer is going to turn on you at any second and turn you into the elders for something you're doing wrong. As you age, it doesn't really change. So once I got married at 19 and me and my husband never really had friends in it because we didn't trust anyone. We also didn't really like anyone personality-wise. There's a lot of strong personalities that are just not very welcoming. It's like they're very, I don't even know how to word it. It's almost like everyone's really fake. They have this like fake personality they put on around everyone and you don't get to know anyone. So you pretty much stick to your family. And that's the vast majority of Jehovah's Witnesses I know. It's like your family unit is your friends and that's about it.
Yeah, and because you guys there's not much celebrations of anything. Do you guys ever do anything for fun? What's the recreational element here of anything?
Um, I mean, it's funny because they always are like, "We have fun all the time." It's like, "Yeah, doing what?" So, um, for, like, us, sometimes the congregation, your Kingdom Hall would plan, like, a picnic. You guys would all like it was like a potluck, everyone would bring a dish, and there would be people playing I don't know, baseball or basketball or whatever. That was few and far between. Those happened maybe like once a year. Um, you have people that tend to have stuff that they like to do, like hiking or, you know, working out a lot, whatever it may be. You feel guilty. So they have the governing bodies put out a ton of information on recreation and like free time. They kind of word it in a way that it's like, it's fine if you have things you like to do and hobbies, but make sure that you're doing all your spiritual tasks first. So your meetings, you're prepping for meetings, your service, all of that first. And then if you have time, you can do your run that you like or you go out hiking. But if you're not, if you're prioritizing the things you enjoy doing first, that means you're spiritually weak. So not many people had a lot of fun stuff to do. For me and my husband, our favorite thing was just, like, go out to eat on weekends and sometimes family dinners with family. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot of fun that happens in that world.
Yeah, because it even seems like based on the siloing, based on the fakeness, that even conversations with others are almost always surface level. There's not really much
Yes.
depth you can ever have. Is that fair to say?
Yes, no, very accurate. Yep.